Hey, what's up? My name is Reginald T. Thornton, but my friends and everybody call me Reggie. Vernacular dance is a very important art form that should be around for a long time. But I feel bad that it's not being supported by the grants that's out there and all these other things that support other dance forms. The reason why I'm still involved with it because I feel that it's a very important art form that should be around for a long time. And the younger generations, they should be aware that it's out there. If we don't do it, nobody else will. And there's nobody else out there doing it. So we have to do this to keep it alive.
I changed the tire for him and we was talking and he looked around and saw that I had a pair of tap shoes on my bicycle. He said, "Oh, you're a hoofer." "What's a hoofer?" He said, "Another name for a dancer." So he said, "I used to dance. If you want to learn, come to me." I said, I thought he was joking. So, but I took the gentleman's offer up and I came by his house and I showed him my little steps that I knew and it was horrible. It was embarrassing. He said, "Let me try this," and he flew across the floor. Brrr. He said, "You want it. You want this." And he said, and I didn't know this guy. I stayed with him for 2 years and a half. He exposed me to all these great dancers. While I was up late at night one night, and this was an all-black musical. And you got to note, at that time, there was no black musicals on TV. You never seen it in those at the time. And I'm looking at this all-black cast. I always saw musicals with Fred Astaire, Gene Kelly, and everybody else. But and then these two guys came out. And they were doing these incredible dance routines, go down the stairs, split, bam, boom, bop, bam. I was like, oh my goodness. And I said, woke up the next morning and told my friends, "Did you guys see that musical last night? Did you see it on TV?" They said, "Yeah, there ain't no black people on TV." And I went back to my rehearsal. My teacher said, "What's wrong? You seem puzzled." I saw these group of two guys doing the splits and a great musical. He said, "Oh, really?" He said, "Hold on a minute." He pulled out a drawer and pulled out these 8x10s. I looked down and said, "Oh, that's you." I've been with this man for 2 years and a half. Did not know his name was Fayard Nicholas, of the great legendary Nicholas brothers. And he was one of the first gentlemen that gave me my first job at the Inner City Cultural Center. He introduced me to Willie Covan, the first black choreographer that was on MGM lot that taught Ann Miller, Fred Astaire, Eleanor Powell, you know, great dancers out there, Eleanor Powell, the Queen, and you know, I got a chance to work with him. John Bubbles, the father of rhythm dancing. And for working with these people, I was staying with them, became their protege. I took notation of all the dances. I got a chance with Catherine Dunham.
But in the summer of 2009, we pulled together, you know, a group of dancers, including many of the former black ballet jazz dancers, and we began rehearsing to do a show for Black History Month in 2010. So, you know, we rehearsed. As it turns out, we actually ended up rehearsing for like, you know, a year and a half. Because we also, of course, needed to raise funds to do the show also. So in the end, we ended up debuting the history of black dance in America at Crozier Middle School in Inglewood, California in February of 2011. A capacity crowd. I mean, it was actually amazing. In fact, it was so amazing that every local news station in Los Angeles sent a crew down to record it. Now, you know, between you and me, you know, we probably thought it was like a riot going on down there. But what was happening was, you know, an entire community was coming out to support a cultural event. They loved it. I mean, they loved it so much they were dancing in the aisles. It went longer, way longer than it should have. I think it was like over 3 hours, nearly 4 hours, and the crowd was still there.
It's a wonderful thing to be part of something like that, because it's not just dance, but it's dance with history, and it's very important to pay honor to our history and to teach youth where we come from and where our dances come from. And also it was kind of shocking to see that here in the United States people are not aware of where their dances come from and what it all means and what it means to have different cultures in your blood.
So, the ball's in your court now.